Hello everybody, welcome to Rise and Shine Yoga. My name is Jen and we're going to go through a nice relaxing Rise and Shine practice. This practice can be done in the morning, this practice can be done in the middle of the afternoon, this practice can be done at night, in the middle of the night for all that matters. You can do whatever time of day you want, any time of day that you just need a little quiet time to yourself. This is perfect. So we're going to find the position of our choice and we are going to sit and be nice and quiet for about 2.5 minutes. Whatever props you need to get comfortable, please use them. I don't care how silly it looks. No one's gonna see, you all see me, but no one's gonna see you, so. Deep breathing, do a body scan, up with something you wanna focus on for today's class, or just breathe. Let's take 5 slow more breaths. And 2 more. Wonderful. No matter where you are, let's all meet on all fours. Okay, so we're on all fours here. We have a nice neutral flat back. Let's do some scapular attraction here. So what's going to happen is we're going to lower the upper body and then we're going to lift. We're going to pull those shoulders back and come on up. Let's do that a couple more times. And then come nice to neutral. And let's slide back and slide forward. We can either slide forward till our shoulders are right above our wrists, or we can even go a little bit farther if we want to stretch those forearms a little bit. Totally up to you. Whatever makes you feel good. Let's do 1 more. And then come to nice neutral. Let's turn and face one foot to the center and the other. And just go back and forth. Looking towards that hip, looking towards that ankle. One more each side to balance it out. And then come to flat. All right, let's add in a little twist. So I'm going to take my left hand, I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to look towards that left hand. And I'm going to bring that hand and bring it all the way through this hole here, and bring that left ear to the mat. And hold it here, hips in the air. This little upward body twist. All right, let's lift ourselves back to tabletop. And let's do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to take my right hand. It's going to go up to the sky. I'm going to look up there if that makes me feel okay. And then I'm going to come through this armpit chest and bring that right ear to the mat. And relax. I'm going to push myself back up. I'm here on all fours. And then I'm going to come on to my forearms. Bring that forehead to the ground and bring those hips up in the air. Puppy posture. I love puppy posture. Let's come back up to all fours. All right, let's take one leg. Let's kick it back. Let's stretch out that calf. Nice and warm. Then we're going to lift that leg up to hip level. Then we're going to come out to the side and come back in the other way and come back in. Out, in, out, in. 2 more times. Out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. Now I want you to go all the way back to where you just were, and then push that heel back and sit back. I'm feeling a really good stretch in this opposite hip. Back up, and let's reset. Other side, stretch that calf first. And let's lift it up so it's nice and level. And let's go out, in, other way out, in. Trying our best to keep that leg level the whole time. Let's do one more. Let's come back to where we just were and kick back and lean back. Feeling right here. And release on back. Sit back on those heels. Now, if you feel good and you want to stay here, cool. If you want to intensify the stretch and give yourself a little bit more foot love today, I'm going to lean forward. I'm going to tuck those toes under. I'm going to sit back. Adjusting and trying your best to get all the toes on the ground. I know sometimes that little baby toe is hard to get. And let's just do a little twist. Just a little one. Back to the center. A little twist. Come back to the center. Let's release those toes, sit back. If you were here, we're joining you. Let's do a little bit more of a twist. Increase that range of motion. And the other side. Let's come into a downward dog. So nice and slow, make your way up, bending those knees, pedaling out those feet, rocking a little side to side, whatever you want. And when everything feels good, find a little stillness. And also walk those feet to meet the hands and roll up nice and slow. You know the drill by now. One vertebrae at a time. And then when you get up, make any adjustments that you need to make. You can always grab water any point in time and shake it out. All right, shoulders back. Shoulders back. Shoulders back. Other way. Shoulders forward. Shoulders forward. And shoulders forward. Beautiful. Shake it out. Cross one leg over the other. Hands on the hips. And lean it forward. You should feel it stretch in the hamstring in this straight back leg. And come on up. And let's switch sides. Lean forward. And come on up. Beautiful. Let's come to the center of your mat. Let's bring those arms up and let's do a little bit of a back bend. And come up, bring those arms down. We're going to come back up, do a little bit of back bend, and then take one arm and bring it down towards our glutes. And come on up and release. Same thing, other side. Up, a little back bend, that hand down towards those glutes. Come on up. And swan dive down. Hands to the ground, bending those knees. Taking 2 breaths here. Walk one foot back. And walking the other foot back. Lowering all the way down to the ground. Flip those feet so your bottoms of your feet are on the ground, toes pointed behind you. And lift up. And come down. And lift up. And come down. And lift up. And come down. Coming into Sphinx, so we're on our forearms now. Coming up a little bit higher, a little bit more relaxed here. Turn and face one way. And then turn and face the other way. Come to the center, look down, stretching out the back of the neck. Through the center, now point that chin diagonally. And then just shake it out. Bend the knees. Point the toes back, so you're flexing the foot. And we're just going to lift the knees up a tiny little bit off the ground and back down. And back up, so really squeezing those glutes to do this. And down. 2 more times. Up. And down. Up. And down. Keeping the legs where they are. Let's bring those arms down to the ground, the chest down to the ground. Now can we grab the feet? Let's just hold here for a couple seconds. Now if you want to stay here, Beautiful, fine. If you want to add on, we're going to lift that chest off the ground and lift those legs up off the ground. Ready? Let's lift up. And back down. We're going to do that 2 more times. We're going to lift up. And back down. And we're going to lift up. And we're going to lift back down. All right, let's bring those legs nice and straight. Take our arms, push yourselves up, back through tabletop. Bring those knees super wide, and let's lean back into a nice wide leg extension of a child's pose. So we're gonna hold this for 5 breaths. Finish the breath that you're at, and then come back through tabletop. Okay, let's take one leg. Let's bring it back behind you. Let's lift that foot. We're going to bend that knee, and we're going to open up that hip to the side, and we're going to do some circles here. And we're going to switch direction. Let's bring that leg back behind you. Lift up a little bit more. Bring that knee in. And pop that foot on the ground. So we're in a low lunge. Now let's come on up. Make any adjustments left to right as you need to make ourselves a nice base of support. And let's bring those arms up. If you want to do a little back bend, great. If not, no worries. And then let's open up to the side. Warrior 2 arms. And come up and open to the other side. Come back up. Bring those hands down to the ground. And let's bring that leg back to a resetting. Let's take the other side, leg up. Bend that knee. Open that hip up to the side, and let's do some circles. One way. And other way. Bring that leg out straight again. Lift it even a little bit higher. Bend that knee, bring it on in. Put it on the ground. Okay. Let's lift yourselves up, making any adjustments that we need to do. And then bring those arms up towards the sky. Little back bend if you want it. And then come back up, open one way. Come back up, open the other way. Come back up, and then bring those hands back down to the ground. And then come back to tabletop. We're going to do a couple cat-cows here. I'm not going to drink really quick. So we're going through, and we're arching our back, and we're going the opposite way. So we're doing a Halloween cat, and a cow after it's nice and fed and has a full belly. So back and forth a couple times. And then when you're ready, we're going back to downward dog. We're going to do that same thing we just did. We're going to make it a little bit more intense. So if you want to do the same thing, feel free. Just go back level. No worries. We're going to lift one leg up behind us. We're going to bend that knee. We're going to open up that hip to the side. And we're going to do some circles. And we're going to do the circles the other way. We're gonna come back to the center, and we're gonna bring that knee in, pop that foot on the ground, and roll up, high lunge. Make any adjustments that you need to, and then arms come up. Little back bend if it feels good. And then opening up to one way. Come back up. Opening up the other way. So pay attention. One of these twists is going to be harder than the other. Come back to the center. And bring those hands down. Come to plank. And then come back to downward dog. We'll spend a couple seconds here. We'll have a nice rest when this is done, so don't worry, you're earning it here. And lift that other leg up. Bend that knee, open it up to the side, and let's circle. And the other way. Let's bring that knee in, pop that foot on the ground, and roll up. So we're building a lot of heat here. So we'll dissipate that heat in a second, so don't worry. Make adjustments that you need to. And then arms up. A little back bend if you want. And then open to one side. And the center. And open to the other side. Ooh. Told you one side was going to be harder than the other. And come on up. Bring those hands down to the ground. Plank and lower all the way down. Beautiful. Take your hands right underneath your chin. And now support your forehead with those hands. We're going to take 5 breaths here. And if you want to dissipate more heat, spread those legs a little bit. Give your body as much open space as possible. All right, come on up. Bring those elbows in and roll onto your side. Support your neck with your arm. And let's just take that top leg and let's just do a nice little quad stretch. Nothing crazy. Release, straighten out, and we're just going to do some little circles from the hip here with the straight leg. And direction. All right, relax that leg. Let's just do some ankle circles. And the other way. And relax. Take that arm that's not supporting your head. This one's staying out. This other one is coming up. And I'm going to do some big shoulder circles. Don't want those shoulders to feel left out. And let's switch direction. All right, and now some rest. And switch direction. Release. All right, we're going to roll over onto the other side. I'm just going to turn this way so I can see you. But feel free to just roll over because you've done this all before. You know what's coming. All right, we're relaxing. We're supporting our neck with the other hand. And we're going to start out with a nice quad stretch. All right, let's straighten that leg. And let's do some hip circles. So let's go one way. And the other way. Just relax that leg. Make room for the ankle circles. And the other way. Beautiful. Arm. Circle it out. And the other way. And the rest. The other way. Beautiful. Use whatever arm is on top to push yourself up. And come to seated. Let's crisscross applesauce style. One hand on the ground, arms up and over, side body stretch. And let's release. Other side, side body stretch. And release. Coming back to the first side, and now lean back. And release. Other side. Come nice and easy first, and then lean back. Beautiful. Come back to the center, and let's just walk those hands forward, leaving those hips on the ground the whole time. Then we're going to walk those hands a little bit to one side. And then a little bit to the other side. Come back to the center, see if you can go a little bit farther. And then roll it up. You know the drill, switch those legs. All right, let's bend forward. And then to one side. And the other side. Back to the center. See if we can get a little bit farther of a stretch. And then roll it up. All right, so we have one more standing section that we're gonna do, and then we're gonna cool it down. So we're gonna come to standing. So you can come to standing however you want. This is a great chance to grab some water if you want it. I don't want to say there's such thing as too much. There's no such thing as too much water, because there is, but for these nice little quick sips, you should be fine. Always take the chance to grab some water when I have the chance to grab some water. Kind of like you always pee before you leave the house. Always grab water when you have a chance. Okay, so we're gonna do a little chair before we come back down to the ground. So, as you recall, a chair is when you sit back into your heels, so much that you could lift your toes if you wanted to. And we're going to use our arms as a counterbalance. So I like to have mine towards the middle, or maybe even a little up high. You can be in any other position that you want to be to counteract the body weight of you sitting your butts and glute back. All right, so hands in front or wherever you're going to have them, and let's sit back. Nice flat back. And let's come on up. We're going to do that 2 more times. You can go farther, deeper if you want. Otherwise, you can just stay with me. Stay the same. Arms up. And down. And up. Last time. And sit back. And up. Beautiful. Shake it out. Now we're going to do to the side. So we're going to come down. I'm going to bring this elbow to this knee. So we're going to do a shorter one and a longer one. Your hands can either be here in a prayer position, sideways, or they can be in this position. This is the position I prefer to be in because I have a little bit more of a neutral wrist. Whatever makes you happy, go for it. There's so few things in life that you can pick and make yourself happy with. If this is one of them, grab it. All right, so I'm going to bring this arm to the other thigh, and we're going to sit back and twist. And we're going to come up, shake it out. So that one was about 5 seconds. This next one's going to be about 10 seconds. So use the chance, breathe, relax, sink into it a little bit, and it's only 10 seconds, okay? And if you need to come out early, go for it, no problem. All right, let's come back and twist. And let's come on. Shake it out. We're going to do the other side. Same thing, a 5-second hold and a 10-second hold. So preferably keeping your hand position the same. So if you were here, keep it here. If you were here, keep it here. We're bringing this side here. All right. Let's come down and twist. And roll it on. All right. Longer hold. This is, we're only doing 2 each side. So this is the last one. All right, let's go. And release. Come on up. Beautiful. Find a space that you can use for balance. And we're going to do a standing figure 4 stretch. So cross that leg over, making a nice 4, pointing those toes, or flexing those toes so they're pointing down, toes around. And let's sit back. Nice stretch, just like we did before with this hip. Stretching that hip again. And come on up. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Cross it over and sit back. And come on up. Beautiful. Feet nice and wide. And we're just going to lean one way and the other. Just kind of go pendulum back and forth, holding it for about 2 or 3 seconds. If you want to hold it longer, that's fine. Maybe we can go a little deeper if that feels all right. Let's do one more time each side, going to the depth of your choice. Come back to the center, straighten those legs. And then forward, flat back, bringing those hips behind us. Coming back up, bringing your heels and toes in, and then lowering ourselves nice and slow and easy back down to the ground on our backs. However you want to get there. And if you have a prop that you're going to use for Shavasana, grab it now and bring it over to where you can grab it easily. All right, we're on our backs. So let's take one leg, bring it up towards the sky. And I'm gonna grab that foot with the same arm. And I'm gonna do a little single-sided happy baby. You can grab the big toe, you can grab the inside arch, you can grab the outside edge. You can in and out, whatever play feels good here. And then release. And let's do the same thing on the other side. And release. All right, let's draw both knees to one side. Hands on the hips, looking over the other shoulder. And release, other side. Same thing. Come back to the center. Bring those knees in, big squeeze. Rocking a little side to side or back, or no rocking at all. And then bring that head and neck up. Squeeze yourself into a giant ball. And then release, opening those knees up to the side. One final way to cool ourselves before we go into Shavasana. And let's take those hands, we're going to the outside of the thighs, push them together and straighten out those legs. We're going to be in Shavasana together for about 3 minutes, so anything that you need, including socks, sweatshirts, blankets, whatever, please grab it now. And then let's give ourselves 3 full, beautiful minutes. All right, let's take those arms and bring them over your head, grabbing onto the opposite elbow. And you can bend those knees and bring those feet in. And just bring your knees like a tent. So the knees are touching, your feet are out to the side. Release the elbows, grab one wrist and pull up over the top of your body. And the other way. Come back to the center. Grab those opposite elbows again, and literally bring it like right above your face. So instead of grabbing my elbows, I'm almost grabbing my armpits. And then I come back up, and I'm gonna switch which arm was on top. And come on up, give myself a big hug. And switch arms. Release, grab those knees, and let's rock forward and back 4 or 5 times, really massaging out that back. And then sitting up. Beautiful. Crossing those legs. Walking those hands in front. Letting that upper body hang. And walking those hands back. Switching those legs one more time. Walking those hands forward. Relaxing the head and neck. And then coming on back. Hands on the thighs, turning and facing one direction. And the other direction. Come back to the center, drop that head. And come up, point that chin. And come back to center. Thank you for having a nice rise and shine practice with me today. I really appreciate the company as always. And have a great rest of your day, no matter what time of day it is.